How's it going, everyone? It's David here, and we have the news that we have been waiting for. Kennywood has just released its opening date to the public on Saturday, July 11th, 2020. There will be a Family and Friends Day on Monday, July 6th, which is basically an invite-only event for family and friends of Kennywood employees. From July 7th through the 10th, Kennywood will be open for season pass holders. Now, I know this is great news and it's time for us to finally get back to the park, but this is not going to be an ordinary visit. And while we do have an opening date, which is absolutely great, going into the park is going to be something completely different. Kennywood is taking brand new safety precautions in observance of the pandemic. Kennywood is raising their standards for safety and taking precautions for COVID-19. So in order for you to visit Kennywood, you can't just come up and use your ticket or season pass to get in. You have to now have a reservation. This will be an online reservation system on Kennywood's website that will go live on June 17th. Dates will be released in phases and not all at once. If the date that you wish is not listed in the online calendar, it may have already reached capacity limit for that date, in which case you'd have to choose another date. Not all of Kennywood's operating calendar is going to be available. Now, we don't know how long this phase of time is for us to make reservations when it goes live, but Kennywood does confirm that it will be opening in phases, so not all of the summer calendar month is going to be readily available, and you will have to check back later. Kennywood also encourages you to check back on the calendar on the website, for dates could open back up later, or they could be full later on. Now, I'm not sure about the events that is taking place throughout the season, so I would keep checking up on the website to see if any of those events have been postponed or canceled. Before entering the park, all employees and guests will have their temperature checked before entering. If you have a temperature of over 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, you will not be permitted in the park. They will also be looking for any other symptoms of COVID-19. If any of it is present, you will also not be able to enter the park. Face masks are required whenever entering the park, and by following the CDC's general guidelines, you have to wear your mask for a majority of your visit, basically in heavily crowded areas and most likely waiting in line for rides and even on rides in some cases. However, that last part's not confirmed. Children under the age of 3 and those with extreme medical conditions are not required to wear a mask. Kennywood is also promoting safe and clean habits for guests, such as encouraging guests to wash their hands with soap as often as possible. Hand sanitizing locations will be scattered all throughout the park for your convenience. Social distance of 6 feet or more is required for all individuals and groups. And as I mentioned earlier, the park is limiting capacity based on that reservation system. Kennywood is actually rolling out sanitizing teams that will disinfect a lot of high-touch areas, including rides. All staff that is working at Kennywood is going through extensive training and education to help prevent the spread of COVID-19, as well as Kennywood's new higher standard of safety and cleanliness. All this information and more is coming directly from Kennywood's website, which I will leave a link in the description. If you have any questions about the precautions and the procedures going into Kennywood for the 2020 season, it does not hurt to contact the park. This is honestly some really great news for Kennywood, and it's going to be so great to finally get back out into the park. And for this moment, it is going to be the new normal to wear a mask and clean as often as possible and making those reservations into the park. But I think once it starts rolling along, I think people are going to start getting used to it. In other great news, Sandcastle and Idlewild and Soak Zone are also opening on July 11th, and they will be performing very similar measures and enforcing the same rules as Kennywood is. Overall, I am really excited to return to Kennywood, as well as Sandcastle and Idlewild, and it looks to be a really good time to be a park enthusiast because other parks across the country are slowly but surely opening back up. So if you guys enjoyed this video or you were informed on any of this, please make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I'll see you next time.